Hi everyone, my name is Ray Ashley, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these perfect little goodie boxes. I used them for my bridesmaid. Super simple to make. I just used my Cricut and Amazon, and that's all I needed. You can use this for any event, whether it be a birthday, Christmas, or even just like an anniversary gift. If you want to make something for one of your loved ones, this is the way to go. This is what I used my Cricut for. That's the most time-consuming part. Everything else I got off of Amazon, and I'll show you guys inside. So you open, and this is what they see, except I had it arranged a little bit differently. Like I put a bracelet in here, had it over here on this side, had some white stuffing go in the bottom. These are super cute from Amazon to have and to hold your hair back. And I'll be linking all of my Amazon purchases in the description below. Got this from Amazon too. It's a little bracelet. I thought it was really pretty. And then this is just like, you know, simple little makeup bag. I won't take it out right now because everything's folded in here for this bridesmaid. This assembly is super easy and simple, so I'm going to show you guys my whole process. And I spent about $20 on each of these boxes. So first things first, you're going to need a tablet that can have the Cricut app on it. I'll show you from step one. I went on Canva. So you're gonna wanna go into Canva and make a design. Since I already have these set, I'm going to duplicate here. So depending on how long their name is, you're gonna wanna just like go ahead and insert their name. The bridesmaid I'm doing today is Andrea. And as you can see, that fit perfectly. The font that I used, Roomba, it's a nice like scripty font that looks good. I thought it would look great for this specific vinyl cut that I'm doing. And then I did size 157 for this specific box. Next step, after you've typed out your bridesmaid's name or whoever's name you want to use, you're going to go to this export button, download. And since I'm not doing all of them currently, I'm going to select page 7 because that's the design that I have. And you're gonna, this is very important, you're gonna wanna select transparent background. Do not select compress file because that'll make it a little more grainy. You want this as high quality as you can. So go ahead and hit download. So now that we have that design downloaded, we're gonna wanna go into Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to go down here to this plus button to create a new project. I'm going to go ahead and hit upload here and then select from photo library. So I'm going to select Andrea, and it's only showing up checkered because we selected that transparent background, if you remember, in Canva. Don't worry about that. All it's going to read is the dark part, and that's what matters. So we're going to hit apply, and then you're going to want to say cut, and then you're going to see this is absolutely giant. So what you're going to want to do, these are inches here, so if you have the same cutting board as me with Cricut, your board is only going to go to 12 inches. So what we're going to want to do here is really shrink it down, I think probably to there, and then I want this to be right in the corner. I have it at 6 inches, but I'm going to go a little bit less actually. Let's do around 5.5. The reason I want to make sure I don't do it too big is because you want to make sure you have a little bit of space all around. And so by selecting 5.5 inches, I believe that will be just fine, because this all the way across is actually around 12 inches. So we want to make sure that this total length is a little bit smaller than the total length of the box. I'm just trying to fully explain every step just to make sure that there are no questions left. But if you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments below and I'll try to get to you. For peace of mind, I'm just gonna go to 5 inches. So now that that's settled, then you're gonna go over here and click Make It. And it's going to show you what it's gonna look like on the mat. So when I did the first few bridesmaid boxes, I went ahead and put all of my bridesmaid names on here. For this, it looks good to me, so we're gonna hit next. So before you hit make it, you're gonna wanna go over here, obviously turn your power on. And then you're going to hit this button. That's basically going to turn on the Bluetooth. Then, as you can see, it popped up here, so I'm going to select her. But this is where you want to make sure you do the exact right thing that I say to do, because if your vinyl is not properly set on your mat, it's not going to cut correctly. I'm going to want to measure out exactly how big my design is going to be. So as you can see here, this is what it's going to look like on the actual board. So what's really important is to make sure that you have enough space around it, just to make sure your design isn't going to like run over the side or anything. So this is personally what I like to do. The end of my design is going to be right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about to like 6.5 inches right there. And the height of the design is not going to be very tall at all. So my safe space for this is about like 3 or 3.5 inches. But in this case, since we have some part of the letters that go further down, I'm going to go down to 4.5 inches just to be safe. That's probably going to be too much, but we'll see. And I just like mark it just like that with my scissors, and now we're going to cut it. All right, so as you can see here, it's not like perfectly straight, but that's totally fine. You want to make sure you leave that white backing on, because that is what is going to keep the gold from sticking to this mat. So what you want to do, I am not fancy, I don't have one of those vinyl scrapers or whatever you call it. So I just use like this long side of my scissors, and I just make sure it's on there good. We're gonna go ahead and place the mat in the Cricut. Slide it right there. And this thing has been blinking this entire time, and I apologize, but that's just because it needs to pull the material in like that. Now you'll see on here, everything is set, and it just says to press go. You can set your material on this knob here. That's what I personally like to do. I found that poster board was the most successful, and I didn't have to go over it multiple times, just because this is a thicker vinyl since it's that glitter material. And I don't want to do it on fast mode just because it can make it look a little sloppy, but for something thinner, I would be okay with doing that. But if you want to do the fast mode option, it's right there, and you just click that button. But for this design, since I want the names to be perfectly cut, we are not going to do that. So we're going to hit this button, and then it's going to go. And just like that, your design is done. So I'm going to spit it out right here. Looks pretty good to me. And like I told you guys, I knew I was going to have a lot more space here. Now comes the fun part. We're going to weed this off. Then we will put the sticker transfer tape on. That part's always fun. Okay, so finally, after like, I don't even know how long I spent doing that. It wasn't too long, maybe 10 minutes. We are going to use this transfer tape. This is definitely one of the most important things that you're gonna want to have for this to be successful. But before we go ahead and put this transfer tape on, I'm gonna show you how to assemble the box that I got from Amazon. All right, take the insides of the box, lift it up. It's basically gonna form the shape for you. Press in, really press right where those stickies are just to make sure that everything is secure. And then you're gonna do the same on this side. And you close it, and magnetic. So nice. And it takes a couple of times to get this part to like get used to folding down like that. So all I need is that, but you also want to make sure you're giving yourself a little bit of grab room on the sides. So I'm gonna cut off about this much, and that should be plenty for today. Peel off this backing. So I'm gonna lay it down just like this. It automatically forms a little bubbling over the name, so that's where the handy dandy scissors come into play again. And we're just gonna go like this, because you wanna make sure that transfer tape is really grabbing these vinyl letters. So what I'm gonna do is go over here, pull up this transfer tape, and if you firmly pressed everything in, it should naturally pull up just the sticker part of your vinyl. If you notice anything not really sticking well, you might want to just pause and go ahead and take that scraper again and go over that specific section just a little bit, because I mean, by itself this material is pretty thin. All right, this is where I want to make sure I grab the end of this tape. You want to make sure that this lid part is facing you. I like them to be able to like read their name as they're opening it. So I'm gonna make sure that this is centered. I'm gonna go ahead and press it down from this side first. Personally, this is what I like to do, so take whatever you're using, scrape it down, and make sure you're pulling this side taut, because that helps prevent any bubbles. And voila. Here's the box with the complete look. So go ahead and just start filling. All right, so here's the bridesmaid bag that I got from Amazon. For all the other ones, just kind of like fold it like this so that you can still read bridesmaid. And I've been setting it like right there. Then here are the beautiful cards that have a nice shimmer. There is the to have and to hold your hair back. I usually like to set that right there. This bracelet, it's like a little leaf. There is the bridesmaid box, and of course there are a few different things that we can put in here depending on what specifically you want, but this is just my personal one that I love to put together. And what's so neat about these sets is that the bride gets one of these, except it's white, and then the brides get their own little bag too, so depending on like what color scheme you go with. So yeah, these are really cute and nice for the actual day of the wedding. But yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will get to you. But these are super fun to make, especially if you have some extra time on your hands and you really want to put that personal touch into your bridesmaid gift. And just, you know, something a little different, because I've personally seen some of these boxes go for $70 a piece, and I just know that you can just do it so much cheaper and for yourself. And if you want to do them through me, I charge usually around $40 to $45 for these boxes, so not bad at all. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video and I hope that it made sense. Like I said, any questions, comments below. But if you liked this video and you want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button and like this video to keep up with everything else I'm going to give you guys to do. So thank you guys, and I hope you have a good day, and please let me know if you make these boxes. If not, let me know and I would love to make one for you. Bye guys!